Okay, I'm going to teach you about capillary action. That's not your blood vessels, but it's when you use a glue a certain way so that it goes into the crack without you having to piece things together. When you piece things together, like ceramics, see, that's a nice clean fit. You can't even see the crack anymore on this piece of Femme Rose. This is, I think, Chinese export. It's the top of a vase, and we got a little food lion there. He's taking a nap. He's tired. So we're going to leave him alone for right now, and I'm going to show you how to use capillary action. So I know I can put this thing together without, without any problem, but I don't want to take my glue and glue the edge and then sit here and go, oh, and fumble it together. What I want to do is dry fit the piece and determine, yep, that's in there. And then I'm going to flip it over because on this side, I'm going to hold it together with my fingers. On this side, you can see there's a little crack there and then there's a chip on the edge, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We'll do that maybe in another video. What we're going to do is we're going to hold that edge together. And if you want, you can be like me and go like, hey, is that true? Is that correct? Is that wrong? Or is that right? So I'm going to dry fit it again. And I got, ooh, nothing holding it together. I'm going to flip it over. It moved a little, but not too much. I'm going to try to keep my fingers out of the way because I don't want to glue my fingers together. I want to glue this piece together. And then I'm going to use thin CA or super glue, but it's thin. It's not thick. They make it in different thicknesses. And depending on what you're working on, that's what you want to do. Now watch me glue my fingers to the lid. It's a nice tight fit. I'm going to actually take the glue and I'm going to go on the outside of the crack and I'm going to drip that in. And we're going to do that. Don't get it on your hand. And if you do, what do you have standing by but debonder? And that's to get rid of the glue. Now, this glue is going to take a little while to set. I'm holding it together kind of firmly. Oh, I glued my finger together. Of course I did. Now I'm going to walk over here and I'm going to grab a rag and I'm going to wipe that off really quickly. I'm just going to wipe this excess off. It's already dried pretty much on the outside and on my finger. And I don't want that, but that's okay because I have debonder. So you want to use that. You can use that for cleanup when you're done with this. Now look, watch this. Watch. Boop. It's done. And there's no, you can't see the crack, right? Because I didn't hold it together. There's an old repair. Look at that. Right there on the Aiken. I'm just shining. See the light? You can see where it's been repaired. But this one, the repair I just did is fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take debonder when I'm done and I'm going to put that on a cloth and I'm going to wipe off the excess. You probably want to see it, don't you? Yes, you do. I know you do. Let's dry fit the lion here. And now in his case, maybe really gentle. You don't want to chip it. Whoa, look at you. Look at you just being so good. And it does go back. Looks more like a frog than a lion, doesn't it? So now on this part, I may actually use a thicker set and then put it back on there. But I don't have to. I can actually, because I can clean this off because of the glass, because this is glass. It's called glaze, but it's glass over the top fired onto the ceramic. I'm going to position our little monkey right here. And I'm going to look and go, can I get in there? Can I reach inside this little guy and get him glued? And I think I can. Yeah, let's do it. Let's be fearless. And I'm just going to drop a little there and a little there. Okay. And it's already glued. See? Look, it's on there. I didn't have to do anything. I'm just going to be really, I'm going to turn this around and we're going to see if there's anything there. But you know what? Capillary action is meaning that it's going to go suck right into that crack. it's going to seek its way into that crack. And when you're done with your glue, just take a nail like this. I have a copper nail that I use, and I just put the copper nail back in the super glue when I'm done with it, so it doesn't dry up and you don't waste your money. But right now, I'm going to be daring and touch him. But look, he's on there. And this, that's on there. That's glued in there. So that's capillary action. That's what's meant by that. And then, as I said, the excess, we can clean that off. I'm going to spray a little of my debonder onto a cloth. And then we're going to go around here and be careful. See, I can't even find where I did, so I got to flip it over to see. Oh, it's over here. And then we can wipe off excess, if there is any excess, and also on here. And I can clean that off. It's pretty dirty. This is good stuff though, so it's not paint or anything else. If you're working with a ceramic, you do kind of want to see if there is a paint involved or a touch-up. So you want to avoid those areas where there are touch-ups, because you don't want to start wiping off with the solvent, which I think debonder is a solvent. You don't want to, you don't want to start messing with that and open up a whole new can of worms. And trust me, I have been there before. I have started cleaning stuff up and then realized, my goodness, I'm starting to remove a detail that was hand painted onto the piece. So that's capillary action. It's a great tool, and it makes gluing things a lot less stressful, and it's really great. You can also sometimes scrape off excess glue, but what we're going to do here is let that dry, which won't take long. It'll probably take about 20 minutes or so, and then I can come back and clean it up. So I hope that helps you. That's capillary action.